Hey, welcome back to the garage. Today we've got kind of a mix. It's a new project and we're mixing it with a product review. Occasionally in a garage you need the ability to sand stuff off, basically media blast stuff. I used to have a blast cabinet from Harbor Freight and one of the pressure tanks, and the reality is it was too big. The pressure tank was always in the way. I just don't have space in the garage for it. So I ended up selling it on Marketplace. And of course, now I need one again. I have a project where I have to refinish some cabinets, have to get the varnish off of them. And if you've ever sanded cove or any type of decorative wood, you know that it really, really sucks. So I'm going to try using walnut shell with a media blaster, but I need a new media blaster. My plan is I'm going to make one. A pressurized tank is probably, higher velocity, allows you to get better cleaning. But for what I'm doing, I'm hoping that suction should work. So we're going to just build a suction one. I bought this cheap gun off of Amazon. I don't remember, it was something like 25 bucks. I'll put a link to it down in the description at any rate. But really, this is kind of the goal is this going to work for me here? You can see it's cast aluminum, but somebody did at least, you've got the casting, the parting line here, but they did at least sand most of this off, so it's not just straight out of the mold and into a package, so there's a little bit of work that went into it. Came with several different tips. This one's steel. Came with a couple of steel tips. Actually, I guess 3. These 2 look like they're the same diameter. This maybe has a smaller internal hole, so faster velocity. A couple of ceramic, which are different size, and then a compressor nipple for here. So we'll see if that's any good while we're doing this. I'm sure you've seen videos where people just take one of these and put like a plastic soda bottle or something up on top of it. The problem with that is you run out of media really, really fast. And I don't want to be constantly having to fill it up. I want a tank that can hold a fair amount of media, but that is not, always in my way, something I can just put into a corner or something along those lines. What I opted to go with is 4-inch PVC. This is schedule 40. You can see it's got a very nice clean cut here. Did that with a handsaw out in the parking lot at Home Depot because, well, it comes in 10-foot sections, and 10-foot wouldn't fit in the car. Basically what I'll do is I'll have this as just an upright tank. On the top, we'll have this clean out with a screw cap that simply allows it to, access it, to fill it up, and keep other junk out of it. At the bottom side, we have this reducer, which in fact acts as a funnel, which is kind of nice. We further reduce it with that. Then I've got a ball valve. That's going to allow control of the flow, so we can shut it off or open it up to slow or speed media flow through it. Then a hose barb. It's going to go on here. And then we'll have some vinyl tubing that goes from here over to the media intake on the gun. I'm not thrilled about using vinyl tubing for this. Vinyl tubing, when it gets cold, gets pretty darn rigid. Even right now, it's pretty rigid. So it's going to be a real pain in the ass when we're using it. I may end up changing. This is 5/8, so I may change to like some heater hose or something along those lines. Automotive heater hose would probably be a lot better. But that's the general plan. Let's put it together, see how it comes out. Before I go through the effort of fabricating a mount for this guy, you probably should at least check to make sure that it works. Let's flip it over, put some media in it, and run a few tests. Because I know this is going to make such a mess, I should probably do this outside. But since I'm setting it on the welding table for a test, we'll just do it in here and try to contain it somewhat inside of a box. My purpose here is to be able to remove urethane from some wood. Ideally, that's what I would test with, but I looked around the shop. I can't really find anything that's got varnish on it. So we'll try this piece of crusty aluminum and see if we can take some of that off. I can see it is actually drawing. It's not cleaning it super fast. Let's see if we can find a smaller nozzle for it. This is the nozzle that I've been testing with from the factory. Here's one that also came with the kit. The smaller the nozzle, the higher the velocity is going to be. So, generally speaking, what you want is the smallest possible nozzle you can use that still allows whatever media you're using to flow. So let's try this. Okay, so I've changed tips and I'm getting absolutely no flow at all. And if I go back with the larger one, it does flow. So, evidently this one is too small. Let's move up a size. Here was the first one. This one didn't allow flow at all. So now we're going to try this guy, somewhere in the middle. Ideally, if I pressurized the tank, it would probably be a little bit better. It would, I think, force that media through a smaller opening and give us higher velocity, but it's also a lot more complex. For now, I'm going to just build a stand for this, with the idea that maybe I'll have to upgrade it in the future, but we'll see if this will work well enough for being able to strip these cabinet faces. For a base, I'm just going to use this old trailer wheel to hold it. Then I'll have legs that come up. I'll put some sort of a ring around here that will go up to that wheel. Then we can obviously flip it over. I think that'll be enough. There will be a ring here, and then it'll have to have some sort of collar that comes up and holds it from tipping. I've already come to the conclusion that I made this thing way too long. It's a little bit unwieldy. I'll probably end up cutting it shorter, moving that collar up. Won't affect how I make the base though, so let's get started with that. It's a pretty reasonable ring. Cut it off, smack it together, and then weld it shut. Oh crap, that wasn't on camera. Did the top too. Sorry about that. Now I just need a ring that goes around here that's big enough for this. In fact, it's got to be big enough for this to fit down through. I didn't bother recording making this upper ring. It's the same as that lower ring, no magic going on. Decent stand. It's not terribly heavy, so it's easy to move, but heavy enough it's going to stay in place. One suction media blaster that doesn't take up a bunch of space. Total investment, I think, is about maybe $60. Thanks for watching.